LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga is a spiritual experience unlike any other piece of media from the last 500 years. Not only does it transcend our realization of art, but it hypnotizes our senses and sends us into emotional territory we once thought was unreachable through the human brain. If I had to describe LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga's story in one word, that word would be devastating. You see, this game is filled with all kinds of moments that... I have a hard time talking about them, so bear with me. I'm sure you all have a hard time talking about them too. Today, I'm gonna be counting down the I'm gonna be counting down the top 10 saddest moments from LEGO Star Wars. Alright, I'm gonna be a big boy. I'm not gonna cry. Let's just get in to the honorable mentions! The first honorable mention I want to talk about is the Rancor boss battle. Now you're probably thinking, well, the Rancor was evil. You know, it was a boss battle. But then you start to think, well, the Rancor was really just an animal, a helpless animal who was trained by an evil master. And the fact that you have to take control and kill that animal, it makes you think, what if he had a better life? The second honorable mention I want to talk about is when Han is frozen in carbonite. This scene gets me every time. You know, I usually don't shed as many tears with this one, but because I mean we know how he comes back, but it's just it really catches you off guard in the moment. You know, it's like, I mean, I've replayed the game, but the third and final honorable mention I would like to mention is when the gunship explodes in the opening cutscene of the level Count Dooku. I have seen some pretty gruesome cinema in my days. I have played some pretty gruesome games in my days, but very rarely does anything come close to what happened in this cutscene. And it's so unexpected. And I think the shock value is something that really, really gets to you, because 1 minute they're running in, they're gonna face Count Dooku, and then boom! Their ship is gone. The clones that were piloting that gunship, they're gone. They're dead. Just like that. We don't even get to hear their death sound. They're just dead. They're just dead. For number 10, we have Darth Vader's death. When Darth Vader sees his son, Luke, being tortured by the devious Emperor, he steps in to help him out. It all makes for a beautiful moment where we see the relationship between father and son strengthened. This moment, without fail, always puts a smile on my face. But as we know how cruel this game can be, moments later, that smile is gone. And instead, tears begin to stream down my cheeks. We witness the death of Darth Vader. No, of Anakin Skywalker. Moments after he redeems himself and he proves that he stands for the greater good. At number 9, we have the moment where Alderaan explodes Imagine being told that your peaceful home planet was blown up. Princess Leia doesn't have to imagine that. Why do you ask? Because she watched it happen before her very own eyes. I, for one, cannot even fathom what Princess Leia must be going through right here. I can't even imagine. Her entire planet gone! Just like that. Just like that. And I mean, what else can she do but cry? What else can she do? At number 8, we have the moment where R2-D2 falls in the swamp. Talk about messing with our heads. Here, we witness R2-D2 falling into the swamp and being tugged underneath the water. At first, we think, oh, he must be okay. And then we see what appears to be a dinosaur approach from the side and drag him down beneath the surface of the water. I thought he was dead. R2-D2's like the family dog, and I thought he was dead. And I thought he was even more dead because when he gets thrown out of the water, he makes his death sound. Now, I wouldn't even rank his death sound in the top 10 death sounds of all time. I wouldn't even make it an honorable mention, but boy, does it tug on the heartstrings. Before we move on, I do want to mention that R2-D2 does in fact survive this encounter. So please do not be too anxious. I want to ease your mind a little bit. If you need to vent in the comment section, please do so. If it will help you get through this video and through your day, please do so. At number 7, we have the death of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi is the character that you play as the most throughout the entirety of this game. He's in the most levels. So naturally, as a player, I was very attached to him as a character. And when you get to the 5th level of A New Hope, he's dueling Darth Vader, and there's nothing you can really do to help. He's behind this window. You can't get in. And as you're escaping onto the Millennium Falcon, Obi-Wan is cut down by Darth Vader. He's just cut down. It's an incredibly difficult moment to stomach, and I can't help but just break down every time he was a good man. He was a good man. He didn't deserve this. Oh my. Oh. I can't. I know you are probably emotionally devastated right now, as am I. I think what we all need right now is to just have a quick intermission. Maybe watch an advertisement. Take your mind off the sadness for a brief moment. Specifically, watch an advertisement. Not that I'm greedy, not that I want money, but I just think you should really watch an advertisement. At number 6, we have Jango Fett's death. Now, I know he's a villain. I know, I get it, but even though he got what was coming, okay? Let's just say that he got what he was coming, but watching his son walk over to his helmet and pick it up. I can't watch it. I can't watch it. What a somber way to end a cutscene, too. You know, I was having fun. The good guys were winning. I was excited. And then you pulled my mind into the darkest depths of despair. For number 5, we have Order 66. I mean, need I say more? It's Order 66. This was the moment where all trust I had in the clones as my allies was betrayed. They turned on me, and they attacked me. It was horrific to watch. It was so... I couldn't... Lego Star Wars is such an unforgiving game. 1 minute, you feel like you're on top of things and everything is so happy. And the next minute, your entire universe is shattered. At number 4, we have Padme's death. What makes this such a hard-hitting, emotional moment is that she dies just as her children are born. These 2 little blue and pink potatoes that pop out of her belly have to cry because their mother is no more. Sometimes I just sit down, usually in a chair, and I ponder on why this game is as twisted as it is. Whose idea was it to make this seemingly innocent game into such an emotional roller coaster from start to finish? I mean, this game is constant. It's just constant sadness. Padme literally dies of sadness. The game, it makes you think something happy is finally gonna happen and it strips everything away from you. It's just... For number 3, we have another really tough one. This one specifically, I have a really hard time getting through. I'm gonna really try my hardest to compose my thoughts here and try to deliver the best content I can. For number 3, we have Mahonic's death scene. Imagine this young lad excited to enter the Boonta Eve Classic Pod race. He had his whole pod ready to go, and as he's racing along, he sees Sebulba. And as the friendly being he is, he just shoots him a little wave. He just says, "Hey man, you know, good luck on the race." You know, that's all he wanted to communicate. That's all he needed to do. That's all he did. And how does Sebulba respond? He kills him in cold blood! This one has affected me very deeply, as I'm still trying to recover. Of course, it hasn't affected me as deeply as it affected Mahonic. But that's a given! That's a given. For number 2, we have the moment where Yoda and ObiWan discover the security footage of Anakin killing Jedi in the Jedi Temple. Anakin takes such a sudden and tragic turn to the dark side, and suddenly we walk through the Jedi Temple, and we see what he's been doing. It's not just upsetting to see all of the deaths of innocent people, but to see this man who we all grew to know and love over all these levels fall to the dark side and slaughter his peers. I don't know if I can handle this pain anymore. Just look at him. Well, here we are. We made it to number 1. I have to say, I'm pretty proud of myself, and I'm proud of you if you're still watching the video. I know you're probably having a very difficult time right now, and you're thinking, I just want this video to end. You just want this all to be over with, and I promise you we're almost there, but I think it is very important to acknowledge. It's very important to acknowledge a man we lost, a very important man who was murdered before his time. Number 1 is... At number 1 we have...